Hey, what's up guys, it's Eduardo here, brand new video today guys. Finally, after so much debate about what kind of videos should I make to start off my YouTube channel. Wait, but I've done videos in the past, I just haven't done a talking head segment like this. But today, I'm gonna teach you how to use LUTs to color grade C-Log footage from the Canon EOS R. Roll that intro. I was gonna say let's get it done, but roll that intro, man. So guys, the first thing I want to talk about though that's very important is on everyone's mind is my camera settings and how I used to film this European footage, this European documentary. I shot it all in C-Log on the Canon EOS R. The lens I used for the majority of the time, like 95% of the time, was definitely the 24-105 RF f4L series lens. I don't have that lens anymore. Great lens, but I needed something faster, so I traded it in for a 24-70 2.8, but that's another video. But I ended up using that lens at f4, and I shot everything at 1080 60p or 1080 24p. For the EOS R color matrix, I believe it's called, I used the EOS Cinema, or not the one that's neutral, but the opposite one. I forgot what it's called. I'll have to include it here. Damn, dog's barking. Guys, give me a break. I mainly exposed it dead center in the middle, or made sure my histogram was mainly in the middle. My ISO was always at 400 for maximum dynamic range. I had it from 400 all the way up to I think like 3200 was the highest I went. But in the footage I showed you, I don't think I pushed past like 1000 ISO. So yeah, I also carried a Tiffin variable ND filter, obviously to help with cutting out light. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So let's get to the tutorial. Alright, so here we are in Final Cut. I've already imported all my footage, as you can see, all in C-Log, very flat. I'm gonna go ahead and create a new project to start off with. Test footage. Hopefully you're not able to hear my MacBook fans go on, you know they sound like jet engines. Because I have the mic right here above my head. But alright, first things first, 1080p, yeah, that's all fine. I like working on a 1080p timeline. Yeah, I like working on a 1080p timeline first and foremost, just because I can then upscale it. So right now I'll show you guys everything and how. But essentially this is how it looks so far. Alright, we'll get that started. I'm only gonna color correct and color grade two videos, just for the sake of time and how fast I want to do them. But essentially these are the two videos. I'm gonna go ahead and start off with an adjustment layer that you can get from Ryan Angle. I already imported them into Final Cut. If you don't know how to do this, go search up Ryan Angle's adjustment layers, and he has a video on how to input them into Final Cut Pro. We're gonna go ahead and drag this. We'll drag it over both clips. Usually I only drag them over one clip. Oh, I need to mute my computer. So we have that. I like dragging two on. You'll see why right now. Alright, cool. We gotta rename them so we know what they are. One's sharpen and contrast together, and then the other one is grade. Alright, you must be wondering, oh wow, why grade? Where's the color correction? You'll see right now. So we're gonna go ahead and get rid of that side, and then we're gonna go to color. I like using the standard custom LUT in Final Cut. I mean, I know it doesn't show a preview, but I haven't dabbled with the other ones that do. I'm going to LUTBundle. So you can see all my LUTs right there that I've acquired and picked up and bought over the years. Let's go with Sam Coulter SK4. That's the one I liked. As you can see, that looks really dark and gritty. It looks great for these shots over here, but for this, like with my girlfriend, it looks way too dark. It looks, I don't know how to say it, gritty, urban like. So let's go ahead and start. Let's go back to the grade. Hold on real quick. Let's dial this back down to like 7 because it was way too strong. Okay, now we go we click on the video we want to start with, and then we go to the color inspector, open that up. We want to add the color wheels. So in color wheels, then we're gonna command 7. Command 7 brings out our waveform. You can, if you don't have it, you can click right here, and then it has all these different ones. I like this one the most, or I find it the easiest to understand. But your shadows are the bottom, your highs are your highlights, and then the midtones are everything in the middle or everything in between. When you shoot in log, everything is compressed towards the middle, more towards the 75 and the 25 area. I like lifting this up a little bit to 5. Alright, it's at 5, so we're gonna go ahead and drop the shadows down a bit, adding that contrast through the midtones as well. We're gonna boost the highlights back up to like the 100s, a little bit under. Perfect. Alright, so that looks better than it was. Look, we're gonna go ahead and turn it off and on, off and on. You see that detail came back. I'm gonna go ahead and go to the master wheel and boost up the saturation from all sides. We're gonna boost it, boost it, boost it. I think that's good. I think that's good enough. We're able to see. Okay. We're able to see it looks way better. So then let's look at this clip. This clip's still flat. You see one where I like turn around like that. Alright, we're gonna click on it to make sure we are adding a color wheel to it. Same process. We look over to our left hand side, we see our highlights. Let's boost them a little bit. Nice. The whole thing was just brought up. Shadows, we're gonna drop them down a little bit till they reach the 5, maybe a little bit touching the 5. And then the mid-tones, we bring them back down as well. Not a lot. And then that's it. No, wait, saturation here. We gotta add the saturation, can't forget that. Alright, we'll use that shot. Oh, damn it. Click it back. Damn, this MacBook Pro is loud. We'll go to the master, we boost the saturation up a bit. And as you can see, like, it brought out the red. And yeah, that's pretty much how I color grade, color correct. Let's go ahead and see what it looks like without the color correction. That's just a LUT. Straight up LUT by itself at 70%. You add the color correction, 10 times better. Or at least in my opinion. So then same thing, say we get rid of the grade. That's how it would look just with the color correct. No, hold on, let's click on this. Okay, there, that's with nothing. Obviously you want to start off with the grade already on. You want to start with the grade on and go according to the grade. That's how I color correct my footage, according to the grade. And then I have the sharpen and the contrast because that's the very last thing I like to add. Contrast. This isn't the best contrast from Final Cut, but it's the most easiest, so then I just add 5. And then sharpness is a must. I like sharpening my footage always in post, so we also add that, and that I always leave at 2.5. I always find that perfect. And essentially that's exactly how that's my workflow when it comes to doing any sort of color grading or any video work that I do when I edit. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's go ahead and show you guys the work I've done, the other LUTs that I have to present. As you saw, this was the Sam Colder one. I'm about to show you 6 other ones. So these 6 other ones are ones that I've picked up. This first one is the Joker LUTs by Colorist Factory. This is the Blake Hope LUT. I love it because it's like a nice warm sepia look to it. It makes this Paris this Paris footage look very, very cool. I liked it a lot. As you can see, the detail, the yellows, that brownish color coming out. Here's, the typical running away shot. This is a different LUT, but still part of that same Joker pack. It was the Baya Art LUT, and you can definitely see in the shadows there's a green tint. I like that. Definitely part of the movie. If you've seen the new Joker movie, you know that's exactly how it looks. So I was really impressed with these LUTs by Colorist Factory. I'm definitely gonna look into more. This one is the Kodak Killer by Peter McKinnon, one of my favorites. He tried emulating a film stock. I think that's what he said in his video, and I like it a lot. Definitely this one looks saturated because I did boost the saturation to get more color out of it, and as you can see, it held up pretty well in C-Log. I definitely liked it a lot. Look at that grass, it looks perfectly green, the sky nice and blue, and there you can see the different the difference between C-Log and the corrected LUT. I also used it during these cloudy scenes. Obviously my white balance was adjusted for it, and you can see it definitely gives this footage a different look, especially this part as opposed to the Joker LUT. This is way more vibrant. Next up we have the CinemaJetPack by Potato Jet. This is one of my favorite LUTs. I just picked this up, so I don't know, it is one of my favorites because I just like how it makes the footage look. It looks nice, gritty, but at the same time vibrant, as you can tell by the grass that was in that previous shot. Here again, showing you the architecture, the detail, just to see the color. Look at the grass, look at that, that's what I'm talking about, nice and green. It's definitely not as saturated. I did boost the saturation a bit, but not a lot like Peter McKinnon's, that you could definitely see the oranges. But yeah, definitely like this look. Very minimal look. I don't know, I just like it, love it a lot. Especially this footage, it looks sick. That's a dope ass shot, can't get over it. This is Sam Colder's look, the SK4 from the LUTBundle. This was one of my favorite ones out of his like 5-6 LUTs he has. I did boost the saturation because without saturation this looks gritty and dark, almost like very urban like. So boosting the saturation a bit definitely helped. So now it is up to my taste, you could say. It definitely has that Sam Colder look to it, as you'll see in the next shots, like these kind of shots. So it does definitely still keep that Sam Colder look. Like you see it and you'll be like, oh, that's how Sam Colder grades. Especially this shot right here. Oh my god, that is the loudest music my neighbor's playing and my window's open, damn it. But that shot right there was peak Sam Colder. This is Matt Como's. You can definitely tell that this one looks very similar to Peter McKinnon's, but I don't know, I just feel like Matt Como's blue is different than Peter McKinnon's. You can definitely tell on this shot here. But I still like Matt Como's. Would I use it often? I don't know. I think it depends on the shot. Specifically this shot, like this shot was pretty cool. I like how it turned out right there. This shot, again with the bust, the reds, you can definitely tell the tones of the reds as the different LUTs have passed by. Here, another sick time lapse of the bridge. This looked great. Just like in Peter McKinnon's footage. I mean, maybe these shots are just sick in general, so I mean, it makes any LUT look cool. And this was my third favorite out of the LUTBundle, the Cine 3 by Downtoe Films. Damn, look at that car passing by. Wow. Well, you didn't see it, but I heard it. And this was more like a laid back film type look. I didn't want to boost the saturation a lot, so I just lifted it a tiny hair. So it definitely kept that like filmic look. I could definitely see myself using it because this isn't overboard. This one was actually pretty good to throw onto the footage and just give it that neutral look, like not anything crazy or anything stand out. Especially in this shot here, you could even say the contrast or the shadows could be boosted, but I don't know, I just liked it nice and neutral. And that's pretty much it for all the LUTs I ended up showing. So in the end, what do I think of LUTs? I think LUTs are a great base for the beginning of your color grading journey, per se. I definitely started very young using LUTs. I remember buying Creative Ryan's LUT, it was like $5. I slapped that on my T5i footage and I thought it looked gnarly. It almost looked like his, but not quite. I never knew how to play around with it. I always just dropped the intensity or higher, or lifted it higher to its full max, like at 100%, but the footage never looked as clean as it did with his. So from there, I decided to do my own research and learn how to color grade and how to use his LUT as a base. So through this, I started developing and learning my own style. And obviously we all love Sam Colder, or I mean, I speak for myself, I'm a huge fan of him, Matt Como, Rory Kramer, and Benjamin Ortega. There are a couple creators who dropped their LUTs within the LUTBundle, but I mean, LUTs, as much as they help you, I feel $70 was a lot to spend on a bundle. I know a lot of people were like, it's an investment, I have LUTs for days, you never have to buy a LUTPack, but truth is, I was pretty satisfied just having my Peter McKinnon one for the longest. I bought JR Ollie's just because I'm a huge fan of his videos, and they were just $7. I was like, hey, you know what, I'm helping out a creator. He started off just like I did, and so I purchased those LUTs. But what I noticed from JR Ollie's was that he shoots on a Sony and the color profiles are very different. Sure, you can throw it on, but then that just adds more work for you when you're working with different camera brands because they're different color sciences. In the end, that's why I like Peter McKinnon's and Potato Jet's the most, just because, like, specifically Potato Jet's, it's specifically catered towards my Canon EOS R, so it was like just built for it, right? So I definitely loved his a lot. Same with Peter McKinnon's, you know. Sam Colder's, after trying it, I had to play with it a bit. Same with Matt Como's, I had to play with it a bit, you know, drop that saturation down or lift it up. But I mean, $70 was still pretty steep. I would have loved it if all these creators just dropped them individually, and for like $10, that'd be perfect. I feel everyone would have $10 to spare, especially if they're in this industry and like color grading, or they're into like YouTube or whatnot. Those are my thoughts on LUTs. I hope you share the same value. No, I hope you share the same regard towards them. If not, drop a comment below on what you think LUTs are for you, whether you like them, you don't. That's Mark's thing. Damn it, Mark, shout outs to you. You helped me figure this all out. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys liked this video. Like, comment, subscribe. Hopefully I can get out more of these videos. It's really random that I decided to do a video literally on color grading. I don't think I'm the greatest, but I just feel like I need to pass this knowledge down because it did help me a lot. Someone that I learned from the most was Jesse Driftwood. He taught me how to color grade. So if this looks familiar, or if you feel I missed something, definitely go to his channel and check out how to grade, because he has an amazing video on that. And yeah, take care. Catch you guys in the next one. Don't say it. Peace. Nah, I'm just kidding. What's my outro? What's my outro gonna be? I don't know. I'll think of something. I'll see you guys next time.